What's good, man? So I got another update on this trouble situation. There's been a document that's actually been released. Tori Cooper, who is actually a reporter down that way for CBS 46, she actually posted this up um on Twitter. Now, she captioned it by saying, "Update, I just got the arrest warrant for Jones. Court doc says Trouble was asleep in the bed of a woman who told police that her ex-boyfriend, the goofy Jamichael Jones, broke in and started trying to get at her as well as getting at Trouble while they were sleeping in bed before pulling out the ham sandwich and doing what he did and taking off and fleeing the scene." Now let's get into this document or whatever. It says probable cause on June 5th, 2022. I responded to a homie at 13207 St. James Drive in Conyers, Georgia. I was informed by dispatch that the door to the apartment was forced open and that a male had hit up another man in the chest and that the male individual at the scene was no longer with us. Now, upon arriving to the scene, I spoke with, and it has her name marked out or redacted or however you want to say that. And she stated that she and Mr. Basically, she's talking about Trouble were asleep in the bed in the bedroom. Now, she stated that she woke up to her ex-boyfriend, Mr. Jamichael Goofy Jones, actually putting paws on her in the face and stated that Mr. Goofy Jones then began trying to catch a fade with Trouble. Now, in this report, it says that she actually tried to help Trouble when Mr. Goofy Jones pulled out the hammer and hit up Trouble and then left the scene. Now, she stated that her and this Goofy had recently broke up about approximately a week ago. Now, that's a short amount of time to actually had been breaking up with somebody that you was in a relationship with and then having them stand a night at your house. I mean, at the end of the day, we know how those things work out and how those things go. Just because you say that you're ready to move on doesn't mean that that person is ready to let go. And sometimes you got to just be careful before you put other individuals in harm's way, as she did with Trouble. Now, it says that her and Mr. Goofy Jones were in a vehicle somewhere in Clayton County, Georgia, when she explained that she and Mr. Goofy Jones were arguing with each other about him not having a job. So I guess not only was he goofy, he was unemployed and broke and not helping her pay bills. Now, she also stated that Mr. Goofy Jones actually had tapped her up that day in the nose, and that she stated that she had then called 911, and when she called 911, Mr. Goofy Jones got out the vehicle and fled the scene. She stated that she did not stay to file a police report, which probably would have helped in this situation, or she possibly could have got a restraining order against this Goofy. Because Mr. Goofy had fled the scene, she didn't stay. Now, she also stated that she had not seen Mr. Goofy Jones since that incident and that he had not been back to the home since that particular incident took place. It also says that her and Mr. Jones have been dating for 3 years. See, that's a long time. See what I'm saying? And she stated that her and this Goofy lived together at this residence where she had this other man laying in the bed at. Now, upon processing the scene, the front door of the apartment was actually forced open. And on June 6, 2022, they obtained video footage of Mr. Goofy Jones actually entering Lake Street James apartment complex about 3:14 in the morning and leaving shortly after. This is a crazy situation, man. I'm gonna put a little fault on homeboy on Trouble. You know what I mean? Because you gotta watch where you land your head at. You know, he was asleep at this house. At the same time, I'm gonna place the blame where it needs to be too, on her. She had no business having him at her house so soon after breaking up with a man who had just recently rocked her snot box. Get in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think about this whole entire situation. I believe this all could have been avoided. They could have went and got a hotel room or something like that. again, still condolences to Trouble's family. And at the end of the day, he didn't deserve what happened. But men, we gotta watch what type of situations we put ourselves in, especially when we talking about somebody's ex like a week afterwards. That's a little close. And he lived with her. They was together for 3 years, and he actually lived at that residence, man. That's, I mean, he's still a goofy though, but you know, it's a crazy situation. She shouldn't have put that man in that predicament, man. I'm Almighty the Ruler. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so you get notified each and every time I upload new content.